touchdown of the day. Guys, Caleb and Lincoln both say they can finish each other's sentences. Caleb pulls it, gets it to Addison. Addison on his feet, and Jordan Addison will waltz in for a touchdown. His third in a Trojan uniform, 22 yards.
Lincoln Riley and the USC Fighting Trojans. They bought Jordan Addison from Pittsburgh to the West Coast Crevonte and kind of did more of the same that he did on the East Coast as he did on the West Coast. And a Maryland guy, Crevonte, from the Maryland area.
Yeah, so I see he went to the west side to play in some better weather. But Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, I understand it. Definitely understand it.
Jordan Addison, 5'11", out of Frederick, Maryland. USC junior, transfer from Pittsburgh, 5'11", 173. Smaller hands, 8 3/4 inch, 30 7/8 inch arms. He ran a 4.49 40, 1.56 10-yard split, 34-inch vertical jump, 10.2 broad jump as well. And he was all ACC in 2020, and then he won a Biletnikoff in 2021, and he joined Antonio Brown and Larry Fitzgerald as Pittsburgh receivers to win that. And then he had 17 touchdowns, tied for the FBS lead, and then transfers to the powerhouse USC, Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams, Crevonte.
I think that's a great that is an amazing opportunity that he took he grabbed a hold of going to USC, because I tell you, when Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams, they're probably going to be I don't it's probably not even going out on a limb. They're probably going to be in the college football playoffs next year. Unfortunately, Jordan Addison won't be there. He'll be there probably on the sidelines as opposed to playing, because he'll be in the NFL. But that was a great decision that he made using that good old transfer portal, aka college free agency. So get into a couple positives. High volume target. He had a lot of targets, so that leads to a lot of production to look at. Athleticism and speed, top tier. He's good with getting in and out of the breaks. Um, and good with getting separation consistently. Above average awareness and body control. And of course, similar to Zay Flowers, he has punt return, abilities as well, which again will get him on the field if while he's still learning the offense. Those are things he can do to keep his production up and actually getting on the field. Um, Jump into some weaknesses. Um, Physicality, obviously, he's on the smaller end, with just scratching 6 feet. Is he 5'11", 6 feet? He's somewhere around there.
Yeah, 5'11". Yep, listed
So,
at 5'11".
so he's a smidge under 6 feet. Um, Something I've seen out of the wide receivers in this class, the hands are not as good. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's the excitement of what they're going to do after the catch, as opposed to looking the ball in. So he has some drops, and unlike the other receivers we've done, doesn't do well with tracking the ball. He's a little inconsistent with that. But intriguing prospect. He reminds me of Alabama guy and Devonta Smith as his comp. So
Where do you
yeah,
see where do you see Addison going? I mean, he seems to be kind of maybe in that 3 or wide receiver number 3, wide receiver number 4, late first round maybe. Team like the Giants. I'm trying to think who else is back there. Someone like that maybe to pick him up.
listen, I'm scared, and I feel like I don't even know what the Steelers' needs are, but I would hate for the Steelers to get any of these guys. And I pretty much said that in every when you ask me where they're gone, I would they would any one of these receivers would do well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But let's jump in. Let's see where first round back end My gosh, he goes to the Buffalo Bills. Um, gosh, the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the round. That would be interesting. Maybe New Orleans, they get another young wide receiver. Who knows? Seattle could use another guy. But fit, Keenan Allen's kind of getting long in the tooth. Could probably groom him to take over when as Keenan Allen, makes his way out of LA. Baltimore Ravens, all that is available to them. So yeah, he can fit in a couple places in the bottom half of the first round.
Hey, like I said, I think he's in that wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 range, but a good guy I think could be a good slot if you have other established receivers. Don't probably want him coming in being your number 1 receiver though.
Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that just wouldn't be fair because you playing with Justin Jefferson.
Minnesota. My gosh.
Yes.
Listen, you got a bona fide number 1 guy. This wouldn't be a bad time to pick up one of these guys because they're going to be productive, and as long as they complement well, which I think all these guys have the ability to.
Let us know. Sound off. What do you think about Jordan Addison? Where does he go? Where does he rank in your wide receiver rankings? We'll continue breaking them down here in the Flex Zone podcast with our draft profile.